Thank you very much, Chuck, and to my colleagues standing here saying that our oath to the Constitution really means something, because that Constitution is founded on the foundation of every person's right to vote. And in each generation, we have to nurture, restore that foundation, and that is what our task is now. My colleague who has led the Rules Committee so ably just quoted Henry Cabot Lodge. He was in the House from Massachusetts, a Republican, and he proceeded to say what we are seeing happen after the Civil War, in which fences are being erected to prevent targeted groups from voting, from creating fences to keep black Americans from voting, is absolutely wrong. And the House had, I spoke too long on the floor today, the House had a debate, and that debate on the Lodge bill said, you know what? The federal government is going to make sure the elections are fair across this land. Every one of us from any given state has a stake in the fairness of all the other states, because that's the only way that there's equal representation in the House and in the Senate. And so in that year, the House spoke loudly, and I'm ashamed to say not a single Democrat voted for that bill in the House. It was entirely Republicans, but they passed it, and it addressed federal supervision for registration, federal supervision for conducting the election, and federal supervision for counting the votes to make sure integrity across this land, more than a century ago. And then the bill came over to the Senate the following year in 1891, and it died because we could never get to a final vote. It was filibustered. Well, what Chuck Schumer is saying is it is time to make sure that we have a debate on final passage, not just on this amendment or that amendment, but on final passage. That we have every person accountable to the public on where we stand. And what happened in 1891 introduced 75 years of entrenched discrimination in our land, 75 years of trampling rights until the 1965 vote was passed, voting rights was passed. Generations may flow from us now in which the rights of Americans are trampled if we do not act. Now, it is the day to quote Henry Cabot Lodge. He said, if citizens of the United States are entitled to vote, are deprived of their rights, it is the duty of Congress to interfere. He continued, if congressional elections anywhere are tainted by fraud or corruption or perverted by violence, it is the duty of Congress to interfere. And I say to you all today, it is our duty to interfere at this moment with any process that prevents us from defending the most fundamental rights of Americans, to take on the dark money, to take on gerrymandering, and most importantly, to defend that beating heart of America, the ballot box.
Thank you, Jeff. Our last speaker will be somebody who